if you're a musician and you've been thinking about getting an iPad, after you watch this video, I think you'll be convinced as to why you need one. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about what kind of iPad you want to get. You want to get the 12-inch iPad Pro. Mine's about 4 years old. It's from 2015. Still works great. Have never had an issue with it. And I've played a lot of weddings and gigs. So the cover that I have, I'll drop a link in the comments below. I actually bought one that has a keyboard because I like to use it for real estate too and take it around easily with me. So I like the black because I have an iPad stand that connects with it. It's really sleek looking. And if you have a color, it kind of, I don't know, I think it can kind of throw it off. So, but totally up to you. So the first reason is the weight of the iPad. It is so light compared to a bag of books and binders and sheet music. Like literally, this is all that you need to bring to a gig. It's amazing. I have a backup binder in my car. I used to sometimes print out some music as a backup in case something happened, but I'm really not worried about it. The one thing you have to be worried about is heat. So if you play outside gigs, you just want to make sure that you're under the shade. It can handle the heat, but just not direct sunlight. It can overheat easily, and that's happened to my gig partner before. So just be really careful with that. So the second reason is you have easy access to all of your music. You literally just, and on the search bar, can type in the name of a song and it'll show up. So say you're playing a cocktail hour and somebody has a special request, they can just come up to you and you'll really impress the guests if they say, hey, can you play Claire de Lune? Can you play Inagata de Vida? And you're like, actually, I can play all that. So you just bring it up on your iPad and play it. The problem is then you kind of become a human jukebox, but whatever. You got to do what you got to do. So reason number 3 is that it's really easy to organize all of your music. So if you play a lot of different gigs, if you do weddings, funerals, background music, you can organize set lists that way so that in the olden days, you had to pull from your binders to cater to every single gig. And this one, you just literally, like, I could pick up my harp right now and go play a wedding or a funeral, and I would have all my music, and I know exactly where it is. Reason number 3 is that you can easily compose your own music. All you have to do is upload manuscript paper into this app called ForScore, which is where I house all of my music. And you can just use the pen, the Apple Pen, or I actually use a cheap, thing is Papermate. I get it on Amazon. It's like $7. Get that stylus pen, and it's really easy to arrange your own music. So reason number 4 is for page turns. I actually have a foot page turner on the floor, so I could virtually play for however long I want with never having to take my fingers off of the strings, which is super cool. You know, harpists sometimes joke, well, you know, I don't want another pedal, but we already got 7 pedals, so in my mind, it's like, what's one more pedal? And it makes your life so much easier. So reason number 5 is if you're playing a lot of outdoor gigs, wind can be a factor with page turns. So a lot of people play weddings and they use clothespins or clips, but that's really hard to do when you have to transition really quickly during a wedding to the next song, especially for processional. So again, the iPad just allows for seamless page turns, making it really smooth. Another reason is that the light from the iPad can illuminate your strings. So say you're playing at a cocktail hour or you're playing outside and the sun starts to set and it's getting dark out, the iPad can actually, it's so bright that it can illuminate your harp. Whereas, you know, people used to use stand lights, but that only illuminates the music. It doesn't illuminate your instrument. So it's amazing just for that reason. Another thing is all the apps that you can get on it. I mean, I use teaching apps on it. I use one called Staffwars. It's like $1. I have all my students do it. It's really fun if they have tablets as well. The tuner I get on there, I use iStrobo. It's about $10. I believe that orchestral musicians are using it. It's that accurate. And I love it. Like, I don't have to carry a tuner around with me. It's literally on my iPad. Another reason is that you can easily send music to people. So say if you're playing a duet or you have a singer that's accompanying you at a wedding and you have an arrangement that you want them to play off of, instead of scanning it or mailing it or handing it to them in person, you can literally just email files from ForScore. So that's really cool. Another one is organizing set lists. So, well, I already said this, so you don't have to pull sheets from your binders. So for example, for weddings, I have a set list for every single couple. So I store in there their contract, I store their song list, any special requests. It's just catered directly to them. So the day of the wedding, I just pull it up and I have all the information that I need right there. Another one is that you've just got, once you store information in here, contracts, song lists, you have that information for years. Like, you don't have to just keep binders of old info. And if I ever want to pull up a contract or see what I did at a specific event or wedding, I can just easily pull it up and find it. Another reason is you can easily arrange and mark up music. So this is similar to what I was talking about regarding composing, but say I have a piece of music that's really difficult and I want to make it easier because, you know, harp is hard. So I literally just use that stylus pen and I'll white out notes. And what's awesome about that is I'm not marking up original music and I can always erase it. I can always change my mind. If I make a mistake, I can take it off. So those are just reasons why I highly recommend. Don't tell Apple this, but I would pay 2 or 3 times the amount of what the iPad Pro goes for. I think I bought mine for about $900. I bought the 120 gig. Definitely get the bigger size, just because you don't want to run out of space on it. It is the most important investment you can make if you are a serious gigging musician. So I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below, give it a little like, feel free to share, and thanks for watching.